Justin Silverman. A name synonymous with James Rolfe, aka the Angry Video Game Nerd, and a name infamous on the CinemassacreTruth subreddit. Justin has been hailed by many as a key factor in the decline of the Angry Video Game Nerd's content. From writing and producing some of the worst episodes on the channel, to shoehorning himself in every project that he helped create. But I'm here today to talk about Justin's questionable past. From unfunny racist skits, making fun of a YouTuber dying of cancer, connections and friendship with a convicted pedophile, and his involvement in the downfall of others. I'm VillainRetro, and let's dive into the hot mess that is Justin Silverman. Justin was part of a channel called Silvermania, which consisted of skits and playing video games. Their channel never really took off, but it did develop a cult following. This is where we come across some of Justin's problematic history. In a now infamous video of Justin's, he dons a KKK uniform, complete with a swastika and a Confederate flag. I'm actually not making this up.
Here on the Racist Video Game Nerd, I only play games that are good, which are also games that are racist.
Which involves a hilarious skit of him talking to mini gay Hitler. Oh, silly Justin. Apart from it being cringe and unfunny, some fans argue that it's merely just edgy humor, while others argue that it crosses the line into racism and insensitivity. But it gets worse. In a now deleted video, he made a comment saying, "Listen, you black man, you don't even own a car because you're black." Justin also appears in a separate video saying the hard R.
I hate the N-word, and by N-word, I mean nerd, not Nick.
Oh dear, Justin with a hard R. Listen, I'm all for making jokes, okay? But aren't jokes supposed to be funny? I don't know, maybe that's just me. Also, there's another private recording of him saying the N-word. Yes, a lot of very funny comments from Krusty Justy. At that time, Justin has been quoted saying he wanted to get a rise out of people and was trying to be the bad boy of gaming. Anyone who says that unironically needs slapped. Justin actually has addressed the skit and his use of the N-word by saying he regrets it and how stupid it was. There's something very important I want to point out. He claims that during his private use of the N-word that he was drunk. Ah yes, that old chestnut. I was drunk, I didn't mean to. He may be given a bye ball if this was a one-off. But as we're gonna see, he uses this excuse multiple times in order to justify his terrible behavior. So apart from making jokes about black people, Justin also likes to make fun of people dying of cancer. Wow, what a great guy! Justin appeared on a podcast hosted by a YouTuber called totalbiscuit, in which Justin and his roommate act like total ass clowns to everyone involved in the podcast, because he's so cool and he's the bad boy of gaming. Justin was understandably kicked off the podcast and held a grudge for a long time. Years later, he decided to argue with people in the comment section. totalbiscuit, the one who had kicked him off the podcast, would sadly get cancer and pass away. And Justin, in his infinite wisdom, thought the best way to win an argument was to make fun of totalbiscuit dying of cancer. Also, why are you commenting on this 2 years later? The irony is actually insane. Are you really that butthurt? Though I guess now totalbiscuit is literally butthurt. Now again, Justin claims two things. First of all, it may not have been him because there were 5 people with access to the channel. Logically, the only other person it would be is Jarrett, his roommate who was in Silvermania and was also kicked off from the podcast. But there's an archived screenshot of Jarrett on his personal YouTube account making fun of totalbiscuit getting cancer. So why would he randomly 2 years later decide to switch accounts and make fun of totalbiscuit when he's very obviously and openly made fun of it before? He would have no reason to cowardly hide behind a channel for such a tasteless joke. Riddle me this, Batman, who else was kicked from the podcast and is the only person on earth to have any reason to argue with people under this video years later? That's right, your boy Krusty Justy. Again, Justin has addressed this by saying, now, there were like 5 people with access to Silvermania YouTube at the time, plus I think mods and stuff, so I'm not sure who did it. Hell, it could have been me under the influence. I drank way too much back then. It could have been me under the influence. That is the slimiest way to say it was me, but it really wasn't me. Just own up to it. Just take accountability. We all know it was you. You got butthurt for getting kicked off the podcast and decided to make fun of the guy for having cancer. And again, Justin was drunk. How convenient. All is forgiven. This isn't the first time, and it's definitely not the last time Justin uses this excuse. This next part is Justin's biggest controversy, being friends with a convicted Yay! Justin just keeps getting better and better by the minute. Now the PDF in question is a man called Bob McGran. Bob is a friend of Justin's who appeared in multiple Silvermania videos. And in these videos, before he was arrested for CP, Bob is seen making multiple disgusting jokes about kids with the one and only Krusty Justy.
I love Mary-Kate and Ashley, they're the best. Yeah, I was wondering if I could call the Real Doll Company and get real dolls made up of Mary-Kate and what's the other one's name?
Ashley? like how they are nowadays or when they were young?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that up to you to figure that one out.
Yeah.
What's even more concerning, from a leaked audio recording, we have Justin's roommate making a joke about Bob watching CP.
I've seen the ultimate worst. I can't f***ing erase what I've seen. You f***ing name it bestiality.
To tell him about the kid, it's so funny.
Daddy, I like dog, but yours is better. You guys are better off not watching that shit. You're only gonna hurt yourself on the inside.
So this is already pretty creepy, but it may be another hilarious joke. But after what Bob has said in these videos, it wouldn't be unreasonable to question if these guys knew or not. So you may think, okay, the guy gets busted and Justin cuts all ties with them. Sadly, you would be wrong. There was a live stream that Justin did where he was shown emailing Bob, who was in prison at the time. If this isn't already weird enough, Justin thinks it's hilarious to send him a picture of a child's birthday card.
And kids is weird.
Let's see the stream. We are now sending to a imprisoned sex offender.
Like he's a whale here.
Yeah.
Even more concerning, briefly shown on stream is a message from Justin to Bob saying, okay, I think I got everything off your Facebook and Google Drive. Enough at least. Lusty Justy. Who in their right mind would send a message like this to a convicted child? What did he take off? Why would he send that message? Why would he sign it off saying from Lusty Justy? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say deleted CP or dodgy stuff off the guy's computer because this is a prison email system. It's obviously being monitored. And as stupid as Justin is, I doubt he's that stupid. But it's just concerning that his friend is done for CP and Justin decides to keep in contact with him and joke around with him. And also very kindly helping the file delete stuff off your computer. Wow, what a friend in Justin Silverman. Justin gave a weak-ass explanation in leaked DMs saying he was helping Bob's brother to delete all of Bob's internet accounts. Again, there's something weird about the whole situation and it does come across as a lie. Now, I've seen a lot of people online saying that Justin is just doing this to keep his name clear and delete any evidence leading back to him. Now, I'm not saying this is true, but all I'm saying, it wouldn't surprise me if stuff came out about Justin. Watch this space. Justin has actually talked about his friendship with Bob. He'd done his time and he didn't want to dogpile on a guy whose life is completely ruined. No mate, you should dogpile on a guy who likes CP. That's a good thing to do. This may be shocking to hear, but showing sympathy to a pedophile is never a good look. Can any genius out there guess what Justin's excuse was for sending these messages to Bob? That's right, you guessed it, he was drunk. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Will that Justin ever learn? Speaking of lies, Justin has claimed to cut all ties with Bob and that it was a one-off situation. But as people have pointed out, there are videos and evidence that Justin has tried very hard to erase from the internet, in which he has said that he wishes to connect with Bob again and hear prison stories. He has also mentioned he has stayed in contact with Bob through the prison phone. Apparently there was a message in the official Silvermania Discord that Justin had actually went to see Bob. Allegedly, he has also been known to say that he still keeps in contact with Bob, and the whole cutting ties thing was just damage control. Sadly, I wasn't able to view these videos or screenshots, but if anyone has them, please feel free to reach out and send them to me. Knowing all we do about Justin, it would not surprise me if these all turned out to be true. It's safe to say that how he handled the whole situation with Bob was a hot mess, and I am sure it will haunt him for the rest of his life. There is a German word Schadenfreude, which means pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I am a firm believer that Justin associates himself with certain people in order to make himself feel better. Now, one thing that I haven't mentioned yet is Justin's weight. Justin has mentioned his weight numerous times and has often spoke about his desire to lose weight. A running joke in the CinemassacreTruth subreddit is Justin's weight. I personally believe Justin is very self-conscious about how the way he looks. And in order to make himself feel better, I believe that he likes to bring people down. Sort of that theory like you hang out with losers just to make yourself feel superior. Here are some examples that back up my theory. A running joke in the CinemassacreTruth subreddit is a quote from James saying, "Do you want me to suffer?" This relating to the amount of work James does and how Screenwave helped him.
They don't like Screenwave. They don't like them being involved in the videos or whatever it is. Do these people not want me to have any help? Do they want me to suffer and do everything myself?
This has obviously become a meme and people use it to make fun of James. This is where Justin has so desperately tried to suck up to the people in the subreddit and pretend he's one of the guys. He made a joke saying, "Do you want me to suffer?" knowing fine well that it's a phrase used to mock James. Obviously people called him out for this for basically making fun of his boss and friend. And Krusty Justy responds with, "Lol." Great guy to have in your team, a slob who sucks up to the masses in order to get one over on his friend. Other stuff he's done to mock James is referencing the time 540, such as uploading videos at 540 and posting the actual time in videos. 540 is one of the most popular memes in the subreddit, as there was a time James had to stop filming at 540 and is very evidently flustered.
540 anyway.
All right.
Shit,
Let's
we
break.
just ran out of time because I have to be done at 540 right now. And
So what's gonna happen is
exactly 540.
next time you see this, James is gonna beat this on his own.
I'll try, yeah.
Without me, because the way we record. So
A lot of memes saying he's a cock and the bull's coming around at 540. Just lots of stupid funny stuff. But Justin making a reference to this time is clearly a joke at James's expense. And as people have pointed out, Justin trying to join in with a joke just comes off as cringe and embarrassing. And it comes across as a sad attempt to make fun of James just in order to take some of the heat off himself. Plus he helped produce some of the worst episodes on the channel. Now I'm not saying he's entirely to blame for this, but if you look at the constant jokes at James, references and memes, what comes across to me is that he enjoyed taking part in the downfall of the channel. Another massive indicator that Justin enjoys the downfall of others is the one, and fortunately the only, Chris Chan. Now if you don't know who Chris Chan is, count yourself lucky. I literally do not have the time to go in to talk about Chris Chan, but just look up about him and see if you're remotely shocked. Chris Chan attended the Toomanygames convention in 2018 under the pretense he would be able to be on a panel. And if you know anything about Chris Chan, you know that this will not end well. He was inappropriate with guests by touching and kissing them. One was a 16-year-old kid. Obviously this sort of behaviour wasn't going to last long, and Chris had to get thrown out by security and had a meltdown. You may think, who on earth would invite Chris Chan to an event like this, knowing all we know about him? That's right, the one and only Justin Silverman. In a leaked email, we can clearly see Justin invite Chris and said they would try and get him on a panel. Yes, that was a lie. I honestly believe that Justin invited Chris Chan to this event in the hope that it would turn into some sort of freak show. Obviously, there's no proof of that, but come on, like, it's Chris Chan. What do you honestly think was going to happen? So by being a key part in the downfall and mockery of James, being the one who invited Chris Chan to TSG, laughing at someone dying of cancer, and still being friends with a known file. So either A, Justin is just an unlucky charm to anyone who he's near, or B, he's so insecure that he actively enjoys people's misery. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. In conclusion, it is clear to me that Justin is a very insecure, fame-hungry individual with the worst judgment in the world. He will try and associate himself with anyone and anything just to get any form of clout. He likes to paint himself as this, funny nerd who, has the biggest Gengar collection in the world. You know what sort of person he is from his actions. His involvement in creating questionable content, his association with problematic individuals, and his apparent enjoyment of others' misfortunes. And listen, I'm not saying people can do stupid things or blah blah blah, but seriously, how many problems is this guy associated with? This isn't a one-off. This is loads of seriously stupid situations that he blames it all on being drunk. Justin, if you're ever watching this, serious question, do you think you may be an alcoholic? Because every really dumb situation you've been in all involves you being drunk. And if you're not an alcoholic, then you must be the stupidest individual to realize, when I get drunk, dumb things happen. But more than likely, I think you're a liar, because studies show when you're drunk, you're still the same person. Can you imagine a world where everyone's stupid actions were forgiven by just using the magical words, I was drunk? You chose to get drunk. You made these bad decisions. Stop using that excuse to get out of everything. It's weak. It's shameful. We all know you're a liar. Just admit it. No, I don't hate Justin, and he's definitely not the worst person I've ever covered on this channel. But there's something really dodgy about him, and I honestly don't believe this the last time we'll hear about Justin. And that, sadly, is the tragic tale of Justin Silverman. Many a good time had by all. I've been VillainRetro. You've been amazing. I've been amazing. Justin has been a mad slob, and I hope he just stops existing on the internet. If you like it, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you really like it, hit subscribe. It makes my day. Thank you all for watching. I love you all so much. God bless.
Thank you.